Lakers are making moves in free agency. No big, huge name signings quite yet, but they have gone out and gotten some role players and veterans to come in, fill needs they've got. So they signed center Damian Jones to a 2-year contract. They signed Lonnie Walker to a 1-year, $6.5 million deal. We just talked about Lonnie Walker with the Spurs getting his qualifying offer taken away so he could become an unrestricted free agent, and he did that, signed with the Lakers. Troy Brown Jr. Agreed to a veteran minimum deal with the Lakers. And also Juan Toscano Anderson, 2021-2022 NBA champion, has now signed with the Lakers. So what do you make of all four of these signings? How significant is each one, and what do they do to help the Lakers organization?
I like the Damian Jones signing. I think he hasn't got a lot of significant playing time since he was on the Warriors. But I think he provides a lob threat and a somewhat reliable interior defender. Now he's not great, but he's an average NBA center, and playing with someone like LeBron on your team, that's what you need. You need shooters and lob threats, and Damian Jones is a definite lob threat. But as far as all these signings, I don't mind the JTA signing at all. I mean, he's not like a significant presence, but he's going to go get some tick, and he's a hustle guy, effort guy, and he can shoot, But I love the Lonnie Walker signing. That dude is, I don't,
Especially
he might
for the
start.
value.
Yeah,
Especially
he
for
might
the value
start.
that
Yeah,
they got them for. Yeah.
Yeah. He might start. Depending on how
you didn't re-sign Malik Monk, so you've got that
right.
spot open.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker is a very good scorer. He can shoot the ball pretty efficiently. He's a good scorer, and they got him for cheap, so I don't hate it. I think after last off season when they decided to get everyone over 30 in the NBA, so far they're trending to a pretty younger age, and I think that's probably good considering how their season went last year.
Yes.
So I think they're already
being injured and tired and broken.
Exactly, and we'll just have to see how the off season goes, for everyone, and AD hasn't shot a basketball since April 5th. So we'll see how he decides to bounce back and not be injured, which probably won't happen. But, you got obviously LeBron is going to help out with a lot of people's development on that team. So I think Lonnie Walker will benefit playing alongside him, and just, being on a contending team would help him too.
Yes. So what we've heard out of Bleacher Report, which, who knows how accurate it's going to be, because Bleacher Report kind of posts some interesting things sometimes, as you know, but out of their media sources, they're saying that Kyrie Irving is basically forcing himself into a Lakers trade. And
I got that from Shams too.
Okay, well that's good then. And then also, as you had told me previously, that they are also looking at KD and Kyrie wanting to go to the same place, and that executives from around the league say that the Lakers may have a package for the Nets if they want to get both of them. What does that package look like to you, and how do you think they would get that done as a hypothetical?
AD and Russ are out of there 100%.
I agree.
I mean, I honestly, that right there is probably enough to get the deal done, considering Russ is $47 million in a year this year alone with picking up that option. And then AD, I think, is on a max contract still probably. So, they'll probably offer those two, which is perfectly fine, because I do not want to pay Russ $47 million if I can get Kyrie for $17 million less than that. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'd rather have Kyrie at 30 something than Russ at almost 50 million a year. So there's that. And then AD, who hasn't played a full season since the bubble, since they won the ship, and you're getting KD, and you got all three of them to pair with LeBron, who's the ultimate facilitator. Like, let's be real, KD is gonna hoop. Kyrie and LeBron has already proven they can win a ship together. Like, if that happens, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that they'd have to offer a little bit more than KD and Russ, or not KD
well,
and Russ, AD and
well,
Russ.
yeah, but that I just mean that is what the package is going to have to include.
Yes.
Like, you're not going to sit here and get away with trading Dwight Howard and Austin Reeves.
I think some younger guys like that would be included. Maybe a team
definitely some picks. You'd have to unload a lot of picks.
Yeah, a lot of picks. Well, I don't
which
know
is not
about a lot of picks because AD, although he's been injured, when he's healthy, has been proven to be a top 3 big man in the league.
Oh well, yeah, that's obvious. But I would be interested in seeing how Russ, AD, and Ben Simmons would mesh together in Brooklyn, considering Ben Simmons and Westbrook are probably the 2 worst shooting point guards in the game.
Yeah, so that's an interesting deal. I don't think it'll happen, but it was just an interesting hypothetical.
I don't think it will happen, but I would not be surprised.
Yes,
I wouldn't.
Neither would I.
I mean, obviously, when it happens, I'd be like in shock, but I'd be like, well, figures if it happened, you know?
Yeah. All right. So that does it for the recap of the Lakers' recent signings, and we'll be back here soon with some more.